Hello, and welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. This Saturday, again, we're exploring liqueurs. As always, I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Matt.
Today, we're drinking Cointreau.
Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and click that notification bell. Matt, why don't we get a little story time about this Cointreau here?
All right, story time. My favorite, Cointreau. Beautiful, lovely square bottle, whatever the hell you want to call it, rectangular. All right, Cointreau was started in 1849 by Adolphe Cointreau, or Delpho. I don't know. I don't speak freaking their language there in France, but whatever. As a confectionary who made liqueurs, and then he made this thing called
For French.
Guignolet. I don't know, some kind of cherry liqueur. I don't know if that's pronounced right. I don't really care. They're French, so
No offense to any people who are watching us.
Sorry, we're quite
French.
Texan.
Yeah, we pronounce everything.
We don't do linguistics real good.
No, we get made fun of all the time, and it's pretty funny. They're like, it's not that. I'm like, I don't care. That's what we say in Texas, good enough. You utter another way, they're like, what the hell are you talking about? So, anyway. So, an orange liqueur showed up in a recipe book in 1857, but this actual version we currently have is perfected in 1885. So, still, it's really old. But, compared to almost everything in this country as far as any liquors in general. So, anyway, it's made, the perfect recipe is 3 times concentrated flavor. It's sweet, but not as sweet as like crazy sweet. So I know for you, Will, this is not really going to believe this story, but compared to the time, apparently this was like way less sweet than what everybody was ordering, like super sugary drinks. This is the less sweet version. He has a trademark on this rectangular squarish bottle. So that's kind of cool. That's why you always see it in that bottle shape. And also the really cool thing is this was won a bunch of awards back at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, which is kind of cool. So they've been recognized for quite some time. It's made with a blend of dried and fresh sweet oranges. It also, their mascot's name was, I think it's Pierrot. I don't know. Once again, I don't speak French. So anyway, so the whole point of it is they made the very first commercial on film is actually Cointreau, which is really cool. So I thought that was really, really interesting. Also, like you have like the Red Bull car that goes around with a bottle on it. Cointreau was the person that made that up. So you just look at this truck and there's this gigantic Cointreau bottle on it. So they're the first people to market advertising with a giant bottle in the car. I think that was really neat.
That's pretty cool.
So they've got a couple really cool things. So they are celebrating their 170th anniversary, which is pretty neat. So and the current store they're right now was opened in 1972, the Saint-Barthelemy at June. And they merged with Remy Martin in 1989. They're in 150 different countries, and 90% of it is exported. And it's made and they make this on 19 different copper and black stills, that's a lot of freaking stills to make this in. All right, so what's actually in the bottle? So what this is a 40%, which is great. At least it's high ABV. At least you got that going for you for A1. Made of sweet oranges from Seville, Spain, from Ghana, Senegal, and Brazil. And then also they use a less bitter ones as well from Bigarade oranges, which are also from Brazil and Tunisia. So whatever.
Okay.
Then they take a bunch of, they take them, macerate them together, and then they let them dry out. And they have this big giant field basically of drying orange peels everywhere. And then they take them down to 11% in the solution, and then they make alcohol with them. So it's a very interesting technique in how they do it. And then the rest of it's secret. So, but that's how they theoretically make this thing. That's at least it says on their website. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
That's still pretty cool.
To me, this smells like blood orange.
It does.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't smell.
It really does, doesn't it?
It doesn't smell like a sweet orange to me. This smells like more of a dense
red blood orange.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it is orange.
It's orange.
Like you can smell it, a foot from your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very distinct orange and sugar, but you can tell there's different oranges in here, though.
Yeah, because I get that blood orange where it's not as sweet, but I do get some of the citrus sweetness of like a freshly squeezed orange.
Yeah, it's like really freshly squeezed orange juice to orange zest.
The pulp.
The pulp, yeah. But yeah, because they have all these other kinds of oranges I never heard of. It's called like a Silencia, a Pera, a late Valencia, a sweet Mandarin, a Washington. I don't know anything about oranges. I know they taste good. That's my knowledge of oranges.
Oh, you said Mandarin, yeah. It reminds me of we get the
cuties.
Well, no, we get the mandarin oranges in a can sometimes.
Mm,
Yeah.
Really good. And it reminds me of the liquid,
that syrup.
the syrup that it's in,
Syrup. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
or the fruit cups.
Yeah.
Those things
I'm expecting that level of sweetness.
Yes. But yeah, you can really smell like this is a fresh orange, like somebody freshly squeezed. It smells like orange juice, like adult orange juice. And apparently it's very sweet for Will.
It's very sweet. It's even sweet for me.
Okay, that was a sweetness overload for my palate, but that was oranges for days.
Oranges for days.
It's like if you took orange juice and vodka, but cranked the sweetness, or I guess just condensed it down because it's very syrupy texture.
It is, yeah, it really very.
It reminds me of the syrup that you get in those cans of mandarin oranges.
Yeah, it really is. It's the same consistency.
It's the consistency of it.
Interesting.
Like if I were to take that can and drain it into a cup and mix a little bit of this into it,
It might just disappear.
it might just disappear and be very dangerous.
Sounds delicious. Let's do that sometime.
Let's just soak the mandarin oranges in this.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Adult oranges. That would be
I can
awesome.
inject some cuties with it.
Yeah. Oh, I like this plan. This is a great
Stick them in the fridge for a couple hours.
Don't let the kids anywhere near them.
Don't let the kid near it.
Yeah, that would be fun. But so speaking of the sweetness, so how they cut down the sweetness is also very famous for certain cocktails, like the Sidecar, the high-end margarita. In 1988, there's famous thing called the Cosmopolitan.
Yeah.
It's one of the main ingredients in that, so that's where that came from, and the Cointreau fizz. So it's in some pretty famous cocktails. Just
I've always known it for being the Sidecar on a margarita. You get the really nice margarita.
That sounds really good.
Of Grand Marnier to throw into the margarita.
Except this is Cointreau.
Cointreau, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cointreau in the margarita would be best, since we're talking about Cointreau.
Yeah. I mean that would be pretty good. Orange margarita.
It's delicious in a margarita.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's really good. I know you hate sweet, but I think it's excellent. I love Cointreau.
I think it's pretty good too. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and sip it on its own.
It's too sweet for that.
It's too sweet. And I think it might even be too sweet over ice. But I could definitely see it being very useful in a lot of cocktails.
Yeah, we used it the other night in that Austin 101 in the that ranch water. It was awesome with the ranch water.
And you know, I have one that I make from one of the whiskey and lipstick episodes that we did with the cocktails with ginger liqueur, amaretto, and some orange. That would be really good in that too. It's a higher ABV than what I have on hand.
Also good for old fashions. It's also great for that.
Yeah.
So, because sometimes you use triple sec, we'll swap out Cointreau, make it an even more nice. Because like Cointreau is like $35, so obviously much more expensive than triple sec, but significantly better product also.
It's still not bad when it's coming in at
40%.
40%.
Exactly. It's not weak either.
Right. So
and it's super concentrated, so it probably work. It'll work. It works great, and I've done it before. It works fantastic.
A little dabble, do you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not too shabby.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and click that notification bell. And until next time,
keep on crusading for better liquids in your glass.
Cheers. He's cheersing out with the whiskey.
He's like, God, get it out of my mouth.
Can't take another sip of it. One was enough.
Little dabble, do you?
That's right.
It's good. I like it.
I'll put that in some tea tomorrow. Honey. I'm gonna put
good in there.
I'm gonna put the same amount of this as I would normally put. I only put a couple of drops of honey in.
Okay. Well, yeah,
I don't want my tea to be sweet. I just want it to be slightly less bitter. So I'm gonna put a couple of drops in there and see what that does.